Alright, so this is 7.2c. I kind of ran out of time there at the last minute, so let's throw on the screen where we were in that problem and then finish it and go from there. Okay, so there's where we were. Now just to remind you, this here was simplified to this. This here we simplified to this on the last video. This here was simplified to this, and now we're working on that there. So we got all the way down here, and then we grouped, and then we pulled numbers out, and this here is what this is simplified. So let's see if we can. Because this is a picture, I can't move anything out of the way. So what I'm going to do is in pink here, I'm just going to put that up there. There just isn't enough room on the screen to do everything I want. So what I have here is this fraction is written right here. This fraction is written right here. Now I go and cancel. So let's cancel this using blue. So 5x plus 3, those cancel. That x plus 3 cancels with that one. X minus 5 cancels with that one. We already canceled that, and what do we have left on top? We have nothing on top. Everything was canceled. What do we have on bottom? X minus 3. So that ends up being the answer. So when this is all simplified, we get something very simple like that. Okay, so back to 462, page 462, we've got unit analysis. Now unit analysis is a way of converting between units of measure. Okay, what we're doing here is we are changing something like miles per hour, feet per second. Maybe we're changing feet to miles or something. So let's just do one that's really simple. And let's say that we want to change 8,000 feet to miles. How many miles is 8,000 feet? Alright, so here's how we do it. We write the number that we're given first, and we always put the unit. Then we take a time sign and draw a line. Now, if you've done this before in pre-algebra or in other courses, this should be review. If you haven't, I'm going to try to get it so you're understanding it. So then what we do, we've got feet there, which means we always put feet on the bottom. Okay, whenever feet is up there, or whatever unit we have, we always put it on the bottom. And we think, okay, so we're going from feet to miles. Do we know anything about feet and miles? We know that there are 5,280 feet in how many miles? 1 mile. Okay. Once we have in the top what we're looking for, we're done. We stop. Then what we do is we have a foot up here and a foot down here. We cancel. Cancel our feet. This is 8,000 over 1, right? So 8,000 times 1 over 1 times 5,280. So then we just divide. 8,000 divided by 5,280 gives us 1.515 miles, because that's what we're looking for there, right? Okay, so hopefully this is review, because if you didn't have it in high school, you had it in pre-algebra. So the book is assuming that you have some idea of what you're doing here. So let's look at example 7. The Mall of America covers 78 acres. And if 1 square mile is 640 acres, how many square miles does the Mall of America cover? So we're going from what they gave us, 78 acres, and we're going to square miles. And they gave us a conversion. They said 1 square mile equals 640 acres. Okay, so that helps us. Alright, so what did I say we do? We take what we start, and we write the ending, the unit, make a time sign and a line, and we put that ending down here. Okay, so acres. Do we know anything about acres and miles? Yes. We know that there are 640 acres to 1 square mile. Now, is this what we're looking for? Yes, if it is, if the top number here, if the top unit is what we're looking for, we're done. We stop. And then we cancel that acre with that one. Multiply 78 times 1 over 640. And you take 78 divided by 640, and you get 0.12 square miles. Okay? Alright, so let's assume they're going to give you some harder ones than that. So let's do one. Let's say that we have 10,347 inches, and we want to change that to miles. So again, 10,347 inches times line inches. Do we know any conversion that'll get us from inches to miles? No, we don't. Do we know any other conversions? I know that there's 12 inches in 1 foot, so I'm going to put that down there. So, top number, it's in feet. Is that what we're looking for? No, so we're not done. So we make another time sign, another line. This feet goes on the bottom here, just like inches up here went down here. Feet up here goes down here. Do we know anything, any conversion between feet and miles? Well, yes, we do. We know that there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. That's what we're looking for is miles. So we stop. We're done. So I cancel that foot, that inch with that inch. Multiply my top, 10,347 times 1 times 1. 12 times 5,280 gives me 63360. Divide that out, 10,347 divided by 63360, and 1.16 miles. So this many inches equals that many miles. Alright, so let's get into some of these other ones that they're giving us using this same idea. Back to the chairlift. The Comstock Express chairlift at the North Star, California ski resort in Lake Tahoe is 5,649 feet long. So if this ride takes 6 minutes, that's our time, what is the speed? So what we're looking for is the rate or the speed. So that's what we're looking for. So if we use distance equals rate times time, what are we looking here? We're looking for the rate, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this time. We're going to divide both sides by time. That goes away. So rate actually equals distance over time. So for the most part, when you're looking at this, it's called D, distance equals RT. So if you're looking for the distance, you multiply the speed or the rate times time. If you're looking for rate, that equals distance divided by time. And if you're looking for time, that equals distance over rate. So it doesn't matter if you're looking for distance, rate, or time. There's a formula to use. So we're using this one, rate equals distance over time. Alright, so that being the case, let's see what we've got. Rate, that's what we're looking for. What is the distance? 5,649. And what is the time? 6 minutes. So what is the speed of this thing? 5,649 divided by 6. So around 942 feet per minute. That's how fast this is going. Okay? Now we'd be done if they wanted it in feet per minute, but they want it in miles per hour. So we have to convert feet per minute to miles per hour. Okay? So we've already done in an earlier lesson, 7.1, we already did this, how to figure this out. Now what we have to do is change this from feet to minute to miles per hour. So let's get rid of all of this. And I had, what, 942 feet per minute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this as 942 feet. And I'm going to put the per minute down here. So we're changing feet to miles, and we're changing minutes to hours. Okay, so we've got kind of a double one here. So let's go ahead and change our 942 feet to miles first. Okay, so what I do is I leave this and I put per minute, 1 minute here, times line feet. Do I know anything about feet in miles? Yes, 5,280 is 1 mile. Okay, so I've got my miles there. Now I have to transfer minutes to hours. So what I do is I make another time sign, make a line, and my minutes is down here. What did I do when my feet was up here? I put it down here. What do you think I do when my minutes is down here? I put it up here. Do I know a comparison to change minutes to hours? Yes. I know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Now notice, hours is what I'm looking for. Hours is here. So I'm going to circle that. So I've got my miles and I've got my hours. Now, all I do is multiply across 942 times 60 over 5,280. Because there's nothing to multiply that by. 56,520 divided by 5,280. That gives me an answer of 10.7. And what did I circle? Miles on top. And what did I circle on the bottom? Hours on the bottom. So 10.7 miles per 1 hour. So you really don't even need that one. So see what I did here. Let me look at it real quick. I put my initial number, feet per minute. So then I'm translating feet to miles. So I'm going to ignore the minutes right now. So I put a foot down here. How many feet are in a mile? Once I got miles, that was what I was looking for, so I know I'm done. So I failed to cancel my feet here, but regardless. So I'm done. Now I'm going to change my minutes to hours. So I had a minute down here, so I put a minute up here, so just a times and then a line and then minute. Do I know a comparison between minutes and hours? Yes, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Hours is what I'm looking for, so I knew I'm done. So I was done here with miles when I got to miles. I was done here with hours when I got to hours. Multiply your top, got that. Multiply your bottom, get that. Divide, and you're done. And that's it for 7.2.